The situation continues to conspire against me getting a game session in. But I am undaunted and stubborn. And also I want to find out what happens next. So we are here and we're going to get this thing going. All right. When we last left Earl, he and Zeb had landed at Glimmer once again, the joyful, totally homey, crappy, toxic wasteland of Glimmer and its underground town, and delivered Asana to some approximation of safety, in the hopes that we might find a little bit of a respite here, someplace where we could resupply, repair, get a little something going here before we headed off again, because we have some leads, we have some things that we are ready to try in our ongoing vow, our quest to learn what happened to the former crew of the Zebulon Harding. But first, we need to resupply. We need to resupply, man. All right, in this area here, I'm gonna stand up. Asana is around, and Paladin is around, and hopefully that will help us get the resupply help that we need. So let's take a look at what kind of move we can use to here to help ourselves out. And the one I'm looking for in this case is going to be Sojourn, which is a recover move. When you spend time recovering within a community, we live in a society. In a community, roll hard. On the strong hit, this is a safe refuge. You and your allies may each choose 2 recover moves: heal, hearten, repair, and resupply. Instead of rolling, assume an automatic strong hit for each. An individual move can be taken more than once. On a miss, choose 1. On a weak hit, as above, but the time is short or resources are strained, etc. I will say that this is one of the few situations in this game where you really feel the difference between playing solo and playing with a group. Because if you throw out Sojourn and you have even 2 people playing, but certainly if you have more than 2 people playing, if you have a group of 3 players or like a traditional group of 4, Sojourn is ridiculous with 4 people. If you can throw out a strong hit, that's 8 options here. And that really makes a difference compared to 1. And I assure you that 1 person can suffer just as much harm and need some help just as much as a group of 4 can. So this stings a little bit when you got to do this, but it's still a good move. It's still fine. So we will sojourn on. We will continue. Soldier on, not sojourn on. All right. So let's take a look at this. We're going to do sojourn, and I feel as if I'm gonna check a couple things here because I always do. Resupply. I might make use of fugitive here. And also, I have connections here. I have Dex Freeman is in the area, and he has Criminal as a background. Paladin is in the area. This is a really good place for him. And they have Dex, they have Criminal. Paladin has Smuggling or Agent, and Asana is a thief. Just a thief, but very good at it. Criminal and thief. Wow. I feel like I ought to be able to black market the fuck out of this place. But at the very least, I'm going to give myself a +1 on this thing. So I'm going to go back to the moves, make some connections here, try to sojourn, take a modifier of 1, and we're going to see how this goes for me. And that is the worst possible roll I can get. Challenge dice of a 3 and an 8. I can burn momentum for a strong hit. So I can burn momentum for a strong hit, which I really, really want, or I can also use my asset of fugitive and say, mark a box above to represent the hunters closing in on you. On the 3rd mark, a notable foe or forces track you down. Rely on your resourcefulness to improve the result. I think I'm just going to burn my momentum. So I'm going to burn momentum, and that gets me to a strong hit, which I'm happy with. So we're in the community here. We're hanging out. We're putting our feelers out, and I send the word to Dex and say, I really need to, I'm looking for some supplies. I need to resupply. And they very carefully, where is Dex? Let's get Dex's picture up here. They are very kindly not mentioning that I told them I was going to get to the bottom of some problems with the local power monger in the area. And it says like, yeah, sure, I can help you out. Absolutely. Yeah. Let's see what I can do. And while they are able to help, It takes a lot of effort on my part, and also to a certain extent, the guilt of not having helped Dex out yet is kind of weighing on me a little bit, and I'm going to say that's part of what cost me my momentum here on this particular move, is just not feeling really great about what I've been able to accomplish so far. All right, so strong hit, safe refuge. You and your allies each choose 2 recover moves: heal, hearten, repair, and resupply. Instead of rolling, assume an automatic strong hit for each. So I am going to, don't need to heal. Well, I mean, it would be nice, but I don't need to. I need to resupply. That's not good. How much can resupply get me? I'm going to take a look at that move. I can resupply and assume a strong hit for each. On a strong hit with resupply, take 2 supply. So I would need to take resupply twice to get up to maximum supply. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to do that. As much as it would be nice to heal, heal is 3 + 3 health, and I just don't need. It's such overkill, and resupply is in such bad shape. My supply is in such bad shape right now, so I'm gonna take this and move it back up to 5. What I also should have considered at this point in time is that I have some experience to spend, and I haven't done that yet. I have 3, so I'm gonna consider that a little bit here and just take a look at some things. But yeah, I'm sojourning, I'm resupplying, feeling a little bit guilty about that other stuff that's going on here. So, for those of you who have forgotten, I do have a vow here. Find out what's going on with the Meridian shipments to Glimmer's wastelands to Gamora Shim. Hey, Scout, I say to Arnav. I lay particular emphasis on his false call sign of Scout because he and I both know that I shouldn't be saying Paladin out where anybody can hear. I had a question for you. He's like, is it he? He's like, sure. You know this, Gamora Shim? Yeah, it's hard not to know who that is around here. First time I came back around here after I met Zeb. Feels weird anymore to say after I got the ship or took over the ship or anything like that. That feels wrong to say, but this feels after I met Zeb. After I met Zeb, the first time I came back after I met Zeb, I ran into somebody who was telling me that there were shipments coming into from Meridian. Technically, I was one of them at the time because I had taken a shipment commission. I mean, they tried to kill me on the way over, but I did do the delivery because that was what they paid me to do. And I found out that those shipments were kind of disappearing out into the wastelands, being shipped to this Gamora Shim, but they're coming in from Meridian. Really? Yeah, really. You know anything about that? I hadn't heard anything about that, but I hadn't been around. To be fair, I was in a derelict spacecraft for a couple of months, and I wasn't around here before then. Think you can maybe help me find some stuff out? Oh, yeah, probably. Cool. Now, since Paladin is an agent who generally works against corporate interests in general, and Meridian is a corporate interest right now, the definitive bad corporate interest. I'm going to take that bonus that he gives me to agent stuff and take that as a +1 on a gather information to see if I can find out any more information about what the heck is going on with this, because my vow is simply to find out what's going on with the Meridian shipments to Glimmer's Wastelands to Gamora Ship. So let's gather some information. Let's find some stuff out and gather information. When you search for clues or do research, roll wits. I am going to roll wits, but I'm also going to take a +1 on that. And I don't think I get anything else. I could get a bonus to gather information if I was scavenging a wreck, a ruin, or an abandoned site. And I might do that in the near future, but I'm not doing it right now. And I could also get a bonus to gathering information by studying or disassembling a machine or device, but I am also not doing that. So I'm just going to take my +1. That gives me a 9 against a 2 and a 6. Okay, so gathering information on a strong hit, you discover something helpful and specific. The path you must follow, the action you must take to make progress is made clear. Envision what you learn, then take +2. Okay, cool. I think what I learned, it's not clear what the specifics are in terms of what's being delivered. That's not 100% clear at this point, but I do at least find out where the shipments are going out into the wasteland. So come a little bit. So actually, on my progress here, on my vows, I can actually, I'm going to mark progress here on find out what's going on with the Meridian shipments. And I am going to, let's just take a moment here. I'm just going to take a moment and look at my possible advances here because I want to see what I've got going on. Paladin's like, well, are you do anything about that? Trying to investigate some more? I'm like, Hold up my hands. And they're covered in grease. While I've been getting supplies in for the ship, I've also been kind of working on on the Zebulon Harding, and trying to get the ship fully up to snuff here because it was damaged. It has been damaged. I've been rolling with that damage for a while. I'm not sure if I'm going to have time to do all of this stuff unless I just park it here for a little bit. But in the meantime, I want to know how those repairs are going as the supplies are coming in and getting delivered. I've just been spending a lot of time with the ship, but getting some quality time in. Let's look at my assets here because I'm going to repair the ship. And when you make a move to craft, repair, equipment, or tech, add +1 and take +1 momentum on a hit. I'm going to do that, and I am going to repair. When you make repairs to your vehicles, modules, mechanical companions, or other devices, envision the situation and roll. If you make your own repairs, roll +wits. On a hit, you gain, obtain repairs from someone not an ally, roll +supply. On a hit, you gain repair points or as appropriate to the situation, as per the table below. And I just need one integrity. I need like 1 point. This seems like a really light thing to do here. I can roll +supply, and I'm going to do this. I'm going to obtain repairs from someone else, and roll +supply. I'm like, yeah, I am going to go and investigate this. But have you got somebody who can work on my ship a little bit? Somebody that you trust? I mean, really trust? And he's like, yeah, absolutely. Someone that I can trust. He goes, you and Zeb saved my life. I'm not going to let somebody in there and mess around with their gods that I don't trust with their lives, with your lives. Come on. This is me you're talking to. I'd bleed for you, man. All right. So we're going to check and see how this goes. I'm going to take, now I don't think, given the way the assets rolled, that I get the bonus here when you make a move to craft, repair, repurpose. I'd have a lower roll, but I'd get momentum. No. I'm not going to worry about that right now. So, all right. And I think this will give me, narratively speaking, while this is happening, I can go and do the repair. I can go and do the exploration. Obtain repairs from someone else, and I have no modifiers. Oh, are you kidding me? Ugh, weak hit. I'm going to say this because Zeb is just like not really trusting this person and making their lives kind of difficult on the ship. But I'm at a facility though, and I get a weak hit. That still gives me 3 points, and it's more than I need. So on 3 points, I only need 1 point to get +1 integrity on this ship. So despite Zeb kind of making things sort of difficult, we do get the repairs done on the ship. Meanwhile, I am going to, I don't know that I want to undertake an expedition for this. That seems like a lot. When you trailblaze a route through perilous space, journey over hazardous terrain, or survey a mysterious site, give the expedition a name and a rank. I don't think I want to go out into the middle of anywhere on this thing. Not for this part of it. I did. This is appropriate for if I was going to go out and find the thing, but that's not what I'm doing necessarily. Like, I don't really want to go out to the wastelands of Glimmer right now. I'm going to stay kind of close to home. Find out what's going on with the Meridian shipments to Glimmer's wastelands. Hey, Dex. Yeah. What do you need? Oh, this is more information gathering about something you and I are both interested in. We got any shipments in from Meridian right now? Any delivery ships? Or ones that are still waiting to be shipped out? Maybe in a warehouse or something? You serious? Yeah, I'm serious. I told you I'd help. I'm going to help. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Let's find out. And I'm going to say that that's a yes on that. Well, actually, you know what? Let's use the Oracle. I'm going to say it's likely. It's likely that there's a shipment in from Meridian. And the Oracle agrees with me. Yes, there is. All right, great. So given that, I'm going to do one of the moves here, and I am going to gather, face danger to gather information. I'm going to try and sneak in and find out what the hell these shipments are. We didn't do it when our delivery was already there because it was already out and it had already been picked up. In this case, we might get lucky. What did I just say? That's terrible. So I am going to act with deception, stealth, or trickery and try to sneak into this warehouse and find out what's going on here. I'm not going to call on anybody else's help on this. Sana would be great because she's a thief. But is this my price? Is this really her problem? I don't think so. I don't think it's her problem. I don't think I'm ready to make this her problem. She'd be pissed right now if I told her it wasn't really her problem. But it wouldn't be the first time I did something stupid and my friends got mad at me about it. I wish I was talking about the game. Oh man, these dice. All right, weak hit. Face danger. On a weak hit, you succeed, but at a troublesome cost. Make a suffer move. All right. So I'm going to get to the warehouse. I'm going to get in, but I need to make a suffer move. I'm really glad I didn't take Sana along because I would be tempted by the companion takes a hit move, and I am not doing that. -1. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna actually say I'm gonna endure harm on this one. When you face physical injury, fatigue, or illness, suffer -1 harm, health for minor harm. And I don't realize that this has actually happened initially. It has. I haven't really realized it. So my health is down to a 3, and I'm investigating this thing. I'm gonna roll health and see how the endure harm. I'm gonna actually endure harm and see if I can recover this thing, kind of shake it off here. So I'm going to roll plus my health and see how that goes on this thing. But I have a thought as to what this is. So I'm sneaking through the warehouse and trying to get into crates and stuff like that, and I am going to endure harm. I got a weak hit. If you are not wounded, you can lose momentum in exchange for +1 health. Otherwise, you press on. So I'm going to actually take a hit to momentum. I'm feeling kind of woozy. I'm feeling kind of shitty, but I managed to shake it off and kind of get myself under control, and then I am going to gather information. We're going to also mark progress here because I mark some more progress. What? That's not right. Clear. Nope, that was not what I meant. That's progress. Vows. I'm going to mark progress on some vow finding what's going on here. And I am going to gather information now that I can get in these crates and figure out maybe what's going on here. So, where am I at? Gather information. What are my assets telling me I can do here? Gather information by scavenging a wreck, a ruin, or an abandoned site. No, nope. Neither one of these really apply. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to do my move, gather information, roll, no modifiers, see what I find out. That is a weak hit. On a weak hit, the information provides a new insight, but also complicates your quest. Envision what you discover, take +1 momentum. So what I'm finding here is there's these shipping containers all contain like sort of canisters of various kinds of substances. Refined stuff, unrefined stuff, gas canisters, stuff like that. But it's like toxic and radioactive, or toxic or radioactive, or possibly toxic and radioactive. It's basically not good stuff. I maybe don't know exactly what it is. Maybe I do. Back here under vows, find out what's going on with Meridian shipments. On a miss, on a weak hit, your information provides new insight, but also complicates your quest. You have to take +1 momentum. Also complicates your quest. I need an oracle here. I need secret cargo. It's not layer fuel. That's interesting. Fuel. Okay, so I've got secret mechanical fuel. Character goal, which I'm thinking about. The criminal element here, the one who's sort of in charge. They tell for the character goal it says to do action and theme. Oh wait, I'm not showing the thing. Action and theme. So I roll action and theme. I get escalate corruption. Well, as we've already discussed, Glimmer is a toxic hellhole, and it's because of this individual, this Morishim. And their goal is to escalate corruption. Why are they wanting to escalate corruption? To what end? What is the deal with Glimmer? Show me more about Glimmer. They're trying to escalate the corruption of the place. Tens of thousands of people in the population, no atmosphere, corrupted, sludge-filled river networks. Planet-side features a precursor vault with layers of fast-growing lichen. Okay. Okay. They're using like this toxic sludge, not sludge, toxic and radioactive stuff that's being shipped from Meridian, probably waste material, but they're filling the sludge filled river networks. They're filling and corrupting, escalating the corruption to kill off the fast growing lichen because it's protecting the precursor vault. They can't get in because of this fast growing lichen, and they're trying to kill that off, escalating the corruption so they can get into the precursor vault. How much of that do I actually realize? The only thing they could be possibly doing is that like this stuff would just make this is probably like what this stuff would do to the environment. And once I realize I'm standing in the middle of this stuff, I realize why I'm feeling I've got these horrible fucking headaches and everything. It's like, oh, I need to get the fuck out of here. But why? And it's like that's been the great mystery of this fucking planet, because they have this precursor vault. It's clearly there, but they can't get. Nobody's ever been able to get through it. They're trying. She's trying. Whoever it is trying to poison off the lake and to get into the precursor vault. Why? What do they think is there? Oh, okay. Well, it's a precursor vault. Everybody wants to get into that stupid... Because you got to poke the monkey, never poke the bear. I'm going to give myself an advance on this. I'm going to try to fulfill this quest, but I'm probably going to... immediately roll another one. So let's see how this goes. Find out what's going on with the Meridian. Shipments to Glimmer's Wastelands to Gamora Shem. Vow progress is 9. Challenge dice is a 3 and a 9. It was only troublesome. That's not great, but that's fine. It's fine. It's fine, actually. That kind of works with the... I'm not happy about that, but it's fine. So if I look at my moves for completing fulfilling your vow, when you reach the end of the quest, roll on a weak hit. You can mark a tick for a troublesome quest, but there is more to be done, or you realize the truth of your quest. If you swear an iron vow to set things right, take your full legacy reward. Otherwise, make the reward 1 rank lower, which would be nothing in this case because it's only troublesome. That's fine. I realize this thing is a little bit more complicated, so I come to Dex and we kind of piece this thing all together. This is us talking through everything with Dex, and it's like, well, what do you even use this thing for? And it's like, well, it poisons up the water. What's the point of it? They kill all the lichen. We always kind of do all this stuff, and oh, that's great. That's what we're gonna do. Well, and they just kind of like throw their hands up and kind of walk. Like, what are you doing? We gotta stop them. What do you mean we gotta stop them? We're gonna stop them. That's not something. We can't just let them keep doing this. It's killing a whole planet just so I can get into this damn precursor vault. There's limits to what people should be able to do for this. Everybody wants in a precursor vault. Sure, whatever. Exploration. Find out new things. Learn new stuff. Get your hands on new tech. This is how Earl thinks of it. But you can't just do whatever. Kill off tens of thousands of people potentially. Kill a planet. It's not all right. I'm going to do something about it. I promise. We're going to do... Are you with me? Are you with me? Because if you're with me, we're going to do this. And I'm going to swear an iron vow. Swear an iron vow. On a weak hit, swear an iron vow to set things right. It's at least dangerous. Fulfill your vow. Give it a rank. Roll heart. If you swear this vow to a connection, add +1. If you share a bond, add +2. Let's look at our connection actually real quick because, or actually look at the moves for this connection thing. Connection moves. Develop your relationship. Dex helped me out with resupply, and I completed a quest to their benefit. And I'm about to swear a vow to undertake a perilous quest. That hasn't happened yet though. So let me look at connections for Dex details, and we're gonna mark twice. Ooh, I can conclude that. I'm gonna conclude that. So I helped them out, and then I concluded a quest to their benefit. Strong hit. All right. Dex is also that's cool. Dex is also connection, and I am gonna take +2 on just criminal. I'm just gonna leave Dex be a criminal. Let Dex just be a criminal. That's fine. And they want to repair technology and terraforming tech. So the vow I'm gonna, okay. So I'm gonna make a vow here. We're gonna change this one around. We're gonna make it formidable. I feel like it's formidable. This is like this whole criminal thing. All right. So formidable quest. We're gonna clear this. Stop Gamora Shim's attempts to kill Glimmer's precursor lichen. Get terraforming back online. Something like that. I want to stop the poisoning, but I also want to get the terraforming back online. It's a formidable thing, and I am going to swear an iron vow. And if you share a bond, add +2 to the roll. So I'm going to roll, and I'm going to add 2 because I'm swearing this to Dex with the +2 on the roll. And that's a 10 against a fucking 6. Are you kidding me? With a 6 and a 10? The dice. The dice. Perfect maxed out roll. And I get a freaking 10 on the action dice. On the challenge dice. Write your vow and give it a rank. It's not worth making a big sacrifice on this, however. I'm not gonna do something crazy just to get a strong hit because the only difference for it is +1 on momentum. On a weak hit, you're determined, but you begin request with more questions than answers. And I do. One of the biggest questions is how? One of the biggest corporations in the area, working with the biggest criminal person in the planet, is trying to poison the planet by shipping in toxic radioactive waste being pulled off of a new star to take out a precursor vault. This is kind of a big thing. We're going to stop them. How? We're going to turn on terraforming for the planet again. How? I have more questions than I have answers. +1 momentum, but I have a vow. Okay. Let it not be said that Earl does not swing for the fence. He's all about swinging. I've got a lot going on. We're going to figure this out. And I think I'm going to go put myself in Meridian's way here pretty soon, Dex. So listen, it may seem like I'm not working on this, but I am always going to be working on this. And it's going to start by getting some answers about Meridian. Not everything that is about this planet is going to be happening on this planet, but I am going to continue to work on this. So that's a thing. All right. And that, I get to mark some progress stuff here. So let's look at my legacies here. I'm going to mark 1 tick on a quest. Ooh. That gets me 2 more experience points. Ooh, okay. That gets me up to 10. I've got 5 now to spend. That's exciting. I know at least one of the things I'm going to do here, and I get a mark on my bond track mark. All right, so I'm going to wrap up by doing one thing, at least one thing I'm going to spend some XP on, and it's 2 points because I've been working with Zeb. I love his personality. He's not a contact for me. He's not a connection, but I want something more about how our relationship is growing and stuff. So I am going to expand one of my assets here. And it's not either one of these. It's with an expansion to the actual ship itself. I don't think this is not super easy to see here. Yeah, it's not. So I'm just gonna. I'll read this to you. When you finish an expedition, dangerous or greater, in your starship, and you score a hit on the finish expedition move, this journey strengthens your ties to your ship and any fellow travelers. You and your allies may mark 1 tick on your bond's legacy track. I love this because basically, what it's saying is, as Zeb and I continue to have adventures together, disconnected from any of the other connections that I have with all the other people I'm building connections with and stuff like that, my bonds track, which is just my bonds with the world, continues to increase, and I love that because it reflects my relationship growing with Zeb, which I think is great. So I'm going to spend 2 XP to get that expansion to the Zebulon Harding because I just think that's awesome. That makes me so happy. So I'm definitely going to be doing that and figuring out what's next. So after I talk with Dex, I'm thinking about what to do next and all the the various things. It's all very big, but it all keeps coming back to Meridian Station. It all keeps coming back, whether it's about whatever happened to the crew of the Zebulon Harding. Stop Comortium's attempts to kill Glimmer's precursor, stop Comortium. This is all about Meridian, and I'm going to add a quest here because I'm going to roll 1 more move. I get back on the ship, and Zeb is like, "What are we doing now, Earl?" And I say, "We're going to find out what happened at that waypoint station that the Zebulon Harding signaled from last, where they were boarded by, where they encountered." Where something happened. We're going to go find out what happened to the ship. And I am going to swear an iron vow 1 more time. Almost swearing it to myself, but that's fine. And that's freaking 9 against another 10 on the swear an iron vow. God, I hate this. When you swear an iron vow, a strong hit, weak hit, take +1 momentum. You begin once again with more questions than answers. That seems to be, I think that's going to be the name of this episode. More questions than answers. That's fine. But the vow that I swear is find out what happened at the Zebulon Harding's last known location. Sure. Dangerous quest. We're going to take a dangerous expedition. We have coordinates to head toward. I need to go back and listen to that recording to remind myself what was said about that when we were over at the Jeffries Vega Collected, JVC. We're going to come back here and we are going to do that next. We're going to head out. Zeb, we're heading out. Where are we going, Earl? Well, I think we're going to go back to we're going to go back to the place where all this mess started. Find out what really happened. The last time that anybody heard from this ship, heard from you. Figure out how the hell I got on here. That's what we're doing next. You ready? Absolutely, Earl. Absolutely. All right, Zeb. It's just you and me. Let's get going. And the last thing is we see the ship taking off and kind of powering up. Paladin's watching from one part of the dock. Kind of looks across to the sun who's sitting over there, kind of standing next to him. She kind of shakes her head a little bit. And from across the other way, not in the same, bay or anything like that, but, watching the ships taking off, because it's port control, right? From the port control, we see Dex watching port control and watching the Zebulon Harding tag on the screen heading out. They're just looking at that and watching it. So we see all of our current bonds watching us take off into space. That's where we're going to stop. All right, guys. Thank you very much. This is awesome. I'm really glad to be getting back to this. Thanks so much for being patient. A quick update on everything else. My family is okay. Both my youngest kids did end up contracting COVID. Neither one of them had any symptoms. My son actually started testing negative only 5 days after he got it. They'd both been partially vaccinated. They had no symptoms. My wife and I did not get it. We stayed in quarantine, kind of away from them and away from each other for the duration. So the family's all back together again. My oldest is back hanging out with us, which is awesome with us. And my wife and I never contracted COVID. We both got our second booster. And now that we're through everything else, my kids have gotten their second shots. So we weathered the biggest, scariest thing from the last couple of years so far, knock on wood, relatively unharmed. Thank you for those of you who dropped in comments and were asking about that or just wishing us well. Very much appreciated. Honestly, the YouTube comments from the last couple of weeks have really been great. Thank you very much. The comments about our masks campaign that we've been doing, several of the ones that I've run in the past, and as well as the comments on the Starforged thing have just been great. They buoyed me up in some pretty crappy, hard couple of weeks to get through. I also got pulled in right after I was out of quarantine. I got pulled in on jury duty for a week on a attempted murder trial. So that was it's been a weird couple. It's been a weird month. So thanks everybody for your patience. We're gonna get back into this, find out what's coming up next. I hope you're still here for it. I know I am. So talk to you soon.